Every day is a chance to rise, a chance to change, a chance to awaken the greatness within you. This is your moment, your story, your awakening. Welcome to Awaken Today. Let's rise together.
The Unbreakable Spirit of Israel, a story of faith, survival, and triumph. Long ago, in a small corner of the Middle East, a people were born not from power or wealth, but from faith. They were called the Israelites. Their story began thousands of years ago, a story not of comfort, but of courage. A man named Abraham heard a call from God, telling him to leave his homeland and go to a place he did not know. That place would become the land of Israel. It was there that a covenant was made, a promise that this land would be the home of his descendants. But that promise would be tested again and again. The Israelites were enslaved in Egypt for centuries. But even in slavery, they never forgot their faith. Through the leadership of Moses, they were freed not because they were the strongest army, but because they had hope when all hope was gone. They crossed the Red Sea, wandered through the desert, and built a nation founded not on kings or conquerors, but on belief. Years passed. The kingdom of Israel rose under King David and King Solomon, shining brightly with wisdom and culture. The great temple of Jerusalem stood as a symbol of unity and devotion. But soon, empires came: the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. They destroyed the temple, scattered the people, and tried to erase their identity. Most nations would vanish after that, but not Israel. For 2,000 years, the Jewish people were exiled from Babylon to Spain, from Europe to Africa. They suffered persecution, discrimination, and tragedy. But wherever they went, they carried one thing with them: the dream of returning home. In every prayer, in every festival, in every generation, they whispered the same words. Next year, in Jerusalem, that dream became a fire that no one could extinguish. Centuries later, in the 19th and early 20th centuries, as the world modernized, that ancient dream began to take shape again. A movement called Zionism was born, not a movement of hate or revenge, but of hope. The goal was simple: to return to their ancestral land, to rebuild what was lost. But it wasn't easy. The land was harsh, the politics were complicated, and soon after World War II, the world saw one of the darkest chapters in human history: the Holocaust. 6 million Jews were murdered simply for being who they were. It was a wound so deep, the world could barely speak of it. But from that darkness came a light, a determination to rise again. On the 14th of May, 1948, something miraculous happened. Israel was reborn. For the first time in thousands of years, the Jewish people had a home, a place where they could speak their language again, Hebrew, a language once considered dead. A place where they could build, live, and dream freely. But peace did not come easily. The very next day, neighboring nations declared war on the newborn state. Israel had no tanks, no powerful army, just courage, unity, and a belief that God had not brought them this far to give up now. Against all odds, they survived. They defended their land, their people, and their identity. And as the years went on, Israel didn't just survive, it thrived. They turned deserts into blooming fields through innovation and irrigation. They built universities, hospitals, and cities from nothing but sand and hope. They created technologies that changed the world, from medical breakthroughs to cybersecurity, agriculture, and clean energy. Israel became known as the startup nation, a small country, surrounded by challenges, yet leading the world in innovation and resilience. But what truly makes Israel's story inspirational isn't just what they built, it's what they refused to give up on. No matter how many times they were attacked, criticized, or isolated, the people of Israel never lost their sense of purpose. They know what it means to lose everything. And because of that, they know what it means to cherish life, family, and freedom. Their story is not just about the Jewish people, it's about all people who have ever been broken, scattered, or forgotten, yet refused to give up. Because the story of Israel teaches us this: you can be exiled from your home, but not from your dreams. You can be surrounded by enemies, but still be filled with hope. And even when the world says it's impossible, you can rise again, stronger than ever. Today, Israel stands as living proof that faith and perseverance can move mountains. It reminds us that when your vision is built on purpose, nothing can destroy it. So, if you're going through a time of struggle, if you feel like your dreams are buried under the weight of the world, remember the story of Israel. Remember how a people with no land, no power, and no support still rebuilt their nation, their identity, and their hope. Because when you have faith in your purpose, when you refuse to let go of your dream, you can rebuild anything. You can rise from ashes, and you can make miracles happen. This is the story of Israel, a land reborn, a people unbroken, a promise kept, and a reminder to us all: never give up on your dream, no matter how long it takes.